everyone, to the home of the U.S. We'll see a team from the American, the East Carolina Pirates. Just with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, and guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Pirates will kick it away to start us off. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So USF's offense will have the football first. And they're going to be met by one of the best defenses in the nation, David.
Well, defense is starting to make a comeback. Like, I'm excited about this new era of football. Like, we're seeing better tackling and we're seeing better coverage than we were a couple years ago. And this defense is fun to watch. Fun to watch them on tape, fun to talk to their coaches. Jesse, this defense has been consistent all year long.
And they're dialed in, and they're so talented. They've got multiple NFL draft picks on that side of the football, and they don't have to change a lot week to week. This defense dominates. They do what they do, and they don't care if you know it. You can't do anything against them.
The Bulls with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. All right, guys, big picture here. Let's talk some USF. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent.
Turning it on! He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 and the 38, and these guys are on the move. What a nice job to get through your progressions and find
the matchups. Finally saw that drag come open, completes the strike, gets the first down.
And the Bulls will snap it on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Let's talk for a second here about USF. I'm sure you guys saw what a get in recruiting. 4-star defensive linemen gave them a verbal commitment just last week.
Yeah, you can't get enough of these guys, man. And they're excited because you got to play so many defensive line. This is the guy that's going to come in, be in the rotation early and often.
Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. They'll move the tight end. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Makes the catch. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal. The Bulls didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6.
Here we go.
He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulls.
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
South Florida, 6. East Carolina, 0.
From inside the 15, here's the return. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark it down at the 29. So East Carolina's offense has the ball for the first time. They are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front, because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like, when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, that can get TFLs, get sacks, it's going to be on this offensive line to buy a little bit of time, but also the ball to come out quick, win in the secondary right now.
They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here, trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch, man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. And the Pirates want to move quickly.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
So now it's second and long. They'll run play action. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
They'll run the screen. Tackled right at the 43-yard line, and this D didn't let him sniff that first down marker.
Number 13.
The Pirates will punt it away on fourth down. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. Always a positive to put up early points, and they'll try to add to this 6-0 edge. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Makes the catch at the 20. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
Off the RPO, complete. Got enough space. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that. They lost ground on first down, now second and goal from the 5. Under fire. He's got it. Touchdown, South Florida. A great catch and run for 6. He hung in there as long as he could, and it paid off.
What toughness. I mean, QB just hanging there, knowing you're going to get hit, but still throwing a strike down the field. Offensive linemen are going to love that guy.
From the gun. He's got the 2-point conversion, and they build on that lead. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. On the move. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And the Pirates in the hurry up. Pulls and fires complete to the right. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. At the 27, this offense facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Setting up the screen. He's out of bounds after the good pickup, and what a way to end the first period. We've come to the end of the quarter, and USF is on top. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. So they'll go back to work after changing ends of the field. Out of the gun to give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Got it in the middle. It's Reynolds. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. The Pirates look to keep this drive humming.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look. Man, this defense is dominating all game long. They have been making this quarterback's life so difficult with their pass rush. They bring him down there for the sack. They're not giving anything up. They're leading this game by a lot. We're only in the second quarter, and this ain't going to change unless this offense can find a rhythm.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And they've converted their first 2 third down opportunities, but a third and long is a different animal. Looking left. He's got it. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling.
Well, this offense is given a lesson right now on how to fight through adversity, because first and second down was ugly, but they come up with that huge completion to now set up a manageable fourth down opportunity to keep this drive alive.
How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
That's such a terrible feeling, too, if you're the quarterback, because on fourth down, they're calling for you on a designed run. They're putting all their hopes on you to somehow go out and get that first, and he knew it. There was just nowhere to go. It's got to be a terrible feeling when you know the defense has won, especially on fourth down, and you're going to be coming off the field.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. And the Bulls are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Fires to the big fella. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
I just continue to be impressed watching this guy play. Good decision-making, very accurate. He's obviously got a lot of talent surrounding him, so no surprise with that last completion. He's now over 3,000 yards on the year.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Takes a hit as he fires. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? The Bulls can really attack on this 2nd and short. Hand off from the shotgun. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice...
I want a little more before the break. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bulls! They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here this Week 11 performance.
Now, you always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited, get out to an early lead, and they have 20-0. Defense playing well, offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here at home.
And a special teams miscue as the kickoff goes out of bounds.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Looks like a penalty on the kickoff as the ball goes out of bounds. To the air on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. And the Pirates come to the line in the hurry-up. Gonna sling it on 2nd down. Quickly to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Fires to the wideout. complete in the middle. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Second down, he'll throw it. Finds his man. It's Little. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Good play by the defense. Way to wrap them up. Way to know where the sticks are. Now puts you in a successful position for third down. Now you can break out the fun packages, the blitzes, putting more speed, more little fast guys on the field.
Took a shot as he threw.
Man, this quarterback is going to need an ice bath when this game is over because he is getting whacked. We've seen him go down. He's been sacked time and time again. He just got nailed another time on that last play. He can't wait for this game to be over.
Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
This could turn out to be a huge penalty. Thought they were going to have to settle for fresh set of downs in the red zone. He's going to lose a yard on that one. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Here we go. Set. They'll keep it on the ground. Headed to the end zone. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
Really nice resiliency by the running back. Sometimes you just got to be able to turn the page, right? You have a tackle for loss the previous play. They give it right back to you, and you make the defense pay. Good vision. Good athleticism picking up that first. Why not give it to him again?
Power ahead. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Trick 9B. Trick 9B. Ready to go. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Let's go. Let's go. Ready. From the gun, wants to pass. And he's got it. Touchdown, ECU!
And that touchdown is so big for this offense, right? Because here at the end of the half, you're just trying to find positives you can build upon in the second half. And right when it was looking like this game was starting to get away from them, they're able to execute, score, and that's going to help their confidence.
East Carolina, 7.
On the move from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Finds his man. It's Barry Johnson. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Now the play fake. Here's the pressure. Gonna try to get it himself. That's gonna wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Tampa. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in Ball. Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day.
East Carolina sending the offense back to work. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the...
There he goes! Touchdown, East Carolina! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby!
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get into the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle. And with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to get you a quick update on a game happening in the Big Ten. Nebraska is up big right now in what's shaping up to be a blowout they'll be talking about in Lincoln for some time. They're up by 20 over Northwestern. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have Big Ten fans buzzing all week. Guys?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Finds his big tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Working well behind the sticks on second down. The give to the lone running back. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Takes it from the gun on third down. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. And the Bulls send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. And the returner will be brought down. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. Man, that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, Dave. Everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Using his legs, it's Owens. Bulldozes his way through. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Pirates will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Purple Pirates. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The give to the back. Oh, he's got some space. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 30. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Well, you got to give this defense credit. They have hemmed him in all game. There's been nothing for this guy running the ball, whether it's been designed QB runs or on scrambles, and a nice job there with great effort. Taking the angles away, they're able to hone in on him and get him down for a massive loss on that side.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here and try to get the football back to your offense?
Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Got it in the middle, it's Reynolds. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line. And the Pirates will hustle to the line.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now, get ready for another one.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Pirates with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Just feeds the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. And the Pirates are marching down the field. Unloads quickly. Headed to the end zone.
This tight end's so dynamic. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. There's so many tight ends out there that are just possession guys, and they usually go down right after they catch the ball. This guy has the ability to, with his speed, to make people miss, and he showed it to you right there on that touchdown catch.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Power football with the run. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
Really nice first down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type back. He can run between the tackles, he can run outside, he can catch the football, he can block. This guy can do it all.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. From the gun, the running back has it. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. Guys, East Carolina carries the lead into the quarter break. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. They'll run it from the gun. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the defensive line. Doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Fires to the middle. And he can't grab the bullet pass on third down.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on third down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. The Bulls with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Buying some time. Got out of trouble and throws. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback. And the Bulls come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Wants to adjust the pattern. They'll try to get it through the air. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Well, the defense didn't get caught napping there. In this situation, you know they have to stay alert for the deep ball.
Yeah, so what defense am I going to call? I'm going to keep some DBs back deep. I'm going to keep my safety a little bit deeper, understanding they're down. They're going to have to attack down the field. I'm going to stick to my passing sets, my nickels, my dimes.
And he's still going. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
All right, 4th quarter now, you're trailing, and the sense of urgency has to go up for everybody right now. A quarterback and wide receiver, you're going to have to hit some of these throws, David, to get back in this game.
Yeah, and when you got the lead on the other side all the way down the field.
Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
All right, offensively, you're not having a lot of success right now running this thing to the perimeter. The defense was there. They were ready for that. You made one guy miss. They still got you for a TFL. You might have to think about getting back to running between the tackles now.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Caught. He works it inside the 20-yard line, down to the 19. That's where they'll spot it. Short of the 1st down, now a decision to be made. On 4th down, going to the air. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. Touchdown, USF! And they take it in for 6 more points.
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically open. Sized receiver. Make a play down the field to him. Huge catch radius. Makes the play. And then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Turning it on. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. The Pirates want to crank the tempo.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. And the Pirates in a good spot here with second and short. Bringing the heat. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. Third and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on fourth down by what they call here. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they're after him. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. The Pirates will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. He gets it out to the 17, the cover unit right there to make the stop. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. They'll get this drive going from the 17. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Makes the grab. It's Jamison. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking. Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you got to put the ball out in front of your target. And when you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a first down like they did right there.
Now they've moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39.
Man, and we've seen it in this game. Even though his team is losing, this guy, time and time again, has been answering the bell. He's been throwing dives all game long, and he comes up with another big completion there.
And defensively, I'm going to continue to think pass. They've trusted him all game long. He hasn't let him down. I'm playing for the pass. I'll react to everything else.
Got room to work. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll run it from the gun. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle, but they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
The Bulls will have a first down.
Well, they needed 2 yards to get that first down. That's exactly what they got. Great job of execution.
No secret about it. Just got to be physical, get a hat on a hat, low man wins, all the cliches to get that third down and short.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Touchdown Bulls! And inside a minute to go, they've got the lead.
And this offense punctuates another drive. And how about the momentum? Palmer, they've got it all. The offense, the defense, playing together. They're on fire right now.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, David, with the resilience of this offense, because not everything was going their way earlier in this game, but they kept their head down. They kept chopping wood. They found a rhythm. And in this fourth quarter, David, they've been unstoppable.
He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Nice return there, and he'll be dragged down at the 34. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. They'll start this drive going to the air. He's taking a deep shot. Catch and stride inside the 15. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, ECU.
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game. Now, all you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Spirited matchup with ramifications inside CUSA today, guys. Here's how it finished up. Middle Tennessee pulled one out today on a day they clearly did not have their best. And that's a testament to those players there inside Floyd Stadium. That winning gene, I really believe it's a thing. One game, I know, fellas, but it could be one to circle when we consider the big picture there in CUSA.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Pocket breaking down. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. How about the big tight end keeping his concentration off that deflection?
And a lot of times you see those contested catches, but the deflected catches, those are just good bounces. Nice job by the big fella. Continue to concentrate and see the football, but a nice break for that thing to bounce right to it.
Sends it back in motion. They'll go to work in the air on second down. He's got his man. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. He's going to look for a man on third and short. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Great job of timing the blitz and calling it at a perfect moment when the offense was going to drop back and throw. They're able to get to him, hit him. They don't get the sack, but they do affect his accuracy, and it falls incomplete.
A tie game here late, and they do not want to give up this football. They'll go for it on fourth down. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. And the Bulls have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. The throw. Got his man downfield. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. Now looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. With the line of scrimmage at the 37, that will leave them with a long 54-yard field goal attempt and a chance to win the game. 4 quarters not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football and finding out which of these two teams is the most mature, who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play.
We'll get it started here in overtime. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. They'll leave it with him. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Touchdown, East Carolina. They take the lead here in overtime.
Really nice job by the quarterback there of just letting the play develop. He had his eyes down the middle of the field, and I think when he saw that deep middle area vacated, he said to himself, I've got a guy running right into that area. I'm throwing this thing on time, and this is going to be a touchdown. And that's exactly what happened.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7.
East Carolina 42, South Florida 35.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, just to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer. Like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the 3rd overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
Might be calling a hot route. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Going for it all. Touchdown, South Florida. They got the score now to see if they go for the win or the tie.
Obviously very hard to complete passes this area of the field. Nice execution. Now you're down by 1, and now you got to make the decision. Are we going to go for it and try to end the game right here and put this game in our offense's hands? What do you think?
And that's why I love having the ball second, because I get the opportunity to do this. I knew they scored a touchdown. We scored a touchdown. Now, do I want to go for the win, or do I want to continue this game on? It's so nice to have the ball second.
Now, 1st down here in the 2nd overtime. They'll try the run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Pressure's there and he lets it go. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Third and long, and they love to pick it up, but they also need to stay in position for a field goal try. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
Defense will call a timeout. They got a peek at the formation, want to make sure they're in the right call on this big down here in overtime. And that is no good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
First down, and this defense is desperate. Any kind of score and it's over. The corners are walked up tight. Looking for space. It's Owens. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And you're seeing the pass rush on the second play of the drive. They dial it up. Look at the speed and athleticism this defense has as they corral the quarterback for a loss.
Third and long, and they don't want to move backwards to make sure they have a chance to kick an easy one and win it in OT. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. He's got it down the middle. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down? They'll try to walk it off with a long field goal here in overtime. Timeout called by the defense as they want to make sure they avoid any hint of a mental lapse here in overtime. And the field goal is good. Ball game. The winner coming in double overtime.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
With yet another unranked team taking down a ranked opponent, does a portal help level this out a little bit where it's really difficult to know which team should be ranked in the first place?
I think the portal certainly helps. At the end of the day, though, they just wanted it more today, and that win is going to help recruiting. It's going to help their confidence moving forward. I know this, David. Every team on the rest of their schedule, they're now taking account and notice of this team.
And I completely agree. Like, you start to build momentum, and then momentum helps you find more guys in the portal and helps high school recruiting. So big ranked win today. And hey, who knows? Maybe this gets them in the rankings in the near future.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.